Thanks to one and all that have supported me throughout everything I've gone through. Let's go.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have left California.
This Brownsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised that the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh, yeah! Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's talk some sports. Good morning. Welcome to the fabulous, fantastic football Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Yeah, that sounded a lot better. And thank you to Cole Johnson for the gift he's bestowed upon me, which is this new microphone that's in front of me. All right. We got that done. We got the Fanatics feedback zone up and rolling as usual. You guys are the best. You guys are the greatest. Let's go. This is the Whip Around presented by Fanatics. And we start with the Los Angeles Dodgers as they rally for a 2-1 victory over the Colorado Rockies, and Clayton Kershaw's returned. Dave Roberts said, quote, he's not the most enjoyable guy when he's not healthy. Well, maybe if he took better care of himself, maybe he won't be so unhealthy. King of unhealthy, Bryce Harper exits early versus the Nationals in what the team called mid-back spasms. The Phillies said Harper is being evaluated. Manager Rob Thompson says Harper was day-to-day. He was originally credited with an error on a grounder by Dominic Smith in the fourth inning when he went to field a ball that hit the first base bag, then bounced off his chest. The play was later scored a hit. After Harper reached for the loose ball, television replays showed him trying to flex his legs and shoulders in an attempt to loosen his back. He stayed in the game before being pulled during the top of the fifth inning. Thompson said, quote, I was just told by the trainers between innings that it had stiffened up, and I said, that's it, close quote. Yeah, good call. You don't want to lose any of your weapons when you are preparing for what could be yet another postseason run. Michael Lorenzen tossed a no-hitter for the Philadelphia Phillies, and he will get some extra rest after pushing himself beyond his usual limits. The 31-year-old Phillies right-hander threw a career-high 124 pitches in his no-no against the Washington Nationals on Wednesday night. Lorenzen was making his first home start for Philadelphia, which acquired the All-Star in a trade with Detroit. Lorenzen won't pitch again until next Friday, August 18th, At Washington, Philadelphia has been going with a 6-man rotation to reduce the starters' workload, and the club has 2 days off next week. Lorenzen said Thursday his arm hurt, quote, 10% more so than it would after a normal outing. His previous high was 107 pitches in 2015, his rookie year. So they're doing it right. They're letting him get some extra rest before his next start. You're going to need him come playoffs, Philadelphia. In Foxborough, Massachusetts, C.J. Stroud wouldn't change much about stepping on the field for the first time against an NFL opponent, except for one play. Stroud had a short and at times shaky debut, which included an interception. Davis Mills threw a 6-yard touchdown pass to Tank Dell, and the Houston Texans beat the New England Patriots 20-9 in the team's preseason opener Thursday night. Stroud, drafted 2nd overall out of Ohio State, played the first 2 series and went 2 of 4 for 13 yards. He rushed twice for 6 yards and was sacked once. Stroud said, quote, "I'm critical of myself, but that is what being a quarterback and a rookie quarterback is. I hold myself to a different standard, and I know that the guys in the locker room aren't going to hold me down for this. One mistake on national television blows it all up, but it's cool. I'll just keep growing." Good deal, C.J. Stroud. Keep growing. We want to see how great you do in the NFL. State running back Jirehl Brock and 3 other starters charged in a gambling investigation. Now the cloud hangs over Iowa State, and the gambling problems continue in sports. Oh boy. I have a feeling this is not the only case that's out there. This is recognizable because it's one of the Power 5. Last but not least, San Francisco 49ers almost signed Philip Rivers after their quarterback conundrum in the NFC Championship. Kyle had a contingency plan with 49ers defeated Philadelphia to advance to Super Bowl 57. Shanahan revealed to reporters on Thursday that they would have signed 8-time Pro Bowler and current St. Michael Catholic coach Philip Rivers had the 49ers defeated the Eagles in last season's NFC Championship game. Shanahan said, quote, "Yeah, he was prepared to." Now, that's stuff we talked about throughout the whole year. We would have had to see how that was for the Super Bowl, but that was the plan most of the year. Now they have a rule in their honor for them, hopefully, not to deal with that situation again. And yes, I said it right. I said situation. That's a whip around on this late starting edition of Snowman in the Morning, presented by Fanatics. In 2 minutes, the Lakers travel to Denver to take on the Nuggets, and Kevin Durant returns to Golden State. You fool! Should have never left. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
CSTV will air the Big 3, and I'll call the doggone games. Ice Cube, bring your show out west, and we'll handle it. I'm making a public plea right now. You want some fair coverage? CSTV will air your games, all of them, and I'll call as many as I can. We'll do a simulcast, television and radio. It's an area I know best. Television and radio. And yeah, I'm putting it all the way out there. So you know what, Ice Cube? I'll make this plea right now. Me, a small-time YouTuber, a small-time broadcaster, according to a lot of people, which I don't listen to. Put your games on CSTV. Put your games on CSTV. Give us a little funding, and we'll do the rest.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-973-6121.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Certainly is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. 17 after the hour. Just a little bit behind. Had a late start this morning. Sick Diggy's the first one into the Fanatics feedback zone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And the same to you, my friend. TGIF. Yes. I'm doing my happy dance at the moment, man. You don't know the happy dance I've been doing all morning. Ryan McCarthy from Saratoga, New York. Good morning, Snow Crew. The most underrated part of the NBA and CBS theme is the guy going full ham on the bongos, which is why I love that theme in the first place. And it gives me a sharp reminder of when basketball was basketball. Victor Locke with this from Chicago. One of the main reasons I loved the NBA on CBS intro was the cool animations for it. And that theme has given me an idea. I'll explain more later. One more time from Norway. Good morning and happy Friday to Ryan McCarthy. Sick Diggy says, what's the brew this morning? Yeah, what's the brew this morning? It was still a little cartoony, which was great when I was a kid. You know how much I've watched that theme and watch everything therein. He greets Victor. After yesterday's rant, are you sure that all the stress and the bleeps are out of your system, Snowman? No and no, because I may have a few more this morning. Victor Locke greets Sick Diggy up in Norway. Ouch, back spasms are a killer. Has anybody experienced sciatica? Thrown lower back. It's not fun. I've been there a few times. No, it's not. Effing morons of the year are on parade. You should have seen the ones I had to deal with this morning while I was running around like crazy. The Whip Around is presented by Clearwater Laxative. When things get muddy, Clearwater is your buddy. After this morning, I believe in that. And Daddy Joe's Rawhide Belts. The belts for Chapin High. Daddy Joe's Rawhide Belts. Salute to Gary, Indiana. Absolutely. Our ridiculous are the floats in that parade, or are the morons the floats themselves? Sick, I'll answer that question. A little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. Okay. Now we got this. Opening night in the NBA, which will tip off on Tuesday, October 24th, with two marquee matchups. The Denver Nuggets will host the Los Angeles Lakers in a rematch of last season's Western Conference Finals, followed by the Phoenix Suns heading to San Francisco to take on the Golden State Warriors. The Nuggets will receive their championship rings and raise the franchise's first ever championship banner. It's the second season in a row that the Lakers will open up against the defending champions. They lost to the Warriors on opening night last year, and they're going to lose to the Nuggets on opening night this year. As I said in the opening, and thank you, Cole Johnson, for finding this, Kevin Durant, you should have never left California. Ever. Now you have to go back to California, the site of your greatest success, of your successes of your career, because I got to be honest with you, folks. Kevin Durant is an awesome basketball player, but his successes are few and far between. He had a great 3-year run in San Francisco and chose to leave because someone got in his ear. I wonder who the person that got in his ear. I wonder who the person is that got in his ear and told him to leave the best situation he's ever had. Meanwhile, you have the Nuggets hosting the Lakers. I'm sorry. You have the Nuggets hosting the Fakers. And that time I'm not sorry. You got Oy, oy, oy. You know, I hope that the same thing happens to the Fakers on opening night this year that happened last year, which was a double-digit loss. You're facing the best team in the NBA. You're facing the defending world champions. Victor Locke from Chicago, the person that got in his ear, works at a 4-letter company and has a receding hairline. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Was it only one person that was in Kevin Durant's ear? That's a good question, Sick. That's a good question. Because imagine if you're Kevin Durant. Okay? Just go with me here on this one. Imagine if you're Kevin Durant and you're playing with Russell Westbrook. James Stay Puff Harden has already left. And the only person you have left on your team with some sort of substance is Serge Ibaka. Serge freaking Ibaka. And I love Serge. Wouldn't you get the hell out of there too? Wouldn't you be going, I can't win here. I can't win here. Wouldn't you get the hell out of Dodge too? I know I certainly would. I'd be packing my bags the night after Game 7 and telling OKC, F you, I'm out. No way he would have stayed. And everyone wants to talk about loyalty. Everyone wants to talk about he would have won with Oklahoma City. He would have won with Russell Westbrook. Listen, when Kevin Durant went down with his injury and Russell Westbrook took over, it became Russell Westbrook's team. And I think Kevin Durant knew that. Everything rolled through Russell Westbrook from that point on. And it crashed and burned to the point where Kevin Durant said, I'm out of here. And what some people termed the weakest move ever, signed with Golden State and had one of the most spectacular 3-year runs ever. Ever. Now he has to go back to San Francisco. He has to go back to the Bay that embraced him for 3 years and try to make a mark with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. What? That's a blowout waiting to happen. If Kevin Durant couldn't lead the Suns in the playoffs last year, what the hell makes you think he'll be able to lead them in the Suns this year? By the way, Chris Paul's with the Warriors, which is why they had to bring in Bradley Beal and overprice for him. They had to bring in Bradley Beal and overpay him after they overpaid Chris Paul for 4 years. And what did they get out of that? 1 finals appearance. 1. I'm not touching that Nuggets-Lakers game because there are so many storylines with that I'd love to have a hack at, but they revolve around something and someone, and I'm not going there today. It's Friday. I can hear whys in my head already. It's Friday. It is not Wednesday. It is Friday. That's exactly why I'm not touching it, and I won't either. Besides, I just hope that game ends in a blowout. Now, as far as the Denver Nuggets go, the best team in the land, the best NBA team in the land, with the best player in Nikola Jokic, who got wrongfully robbed of his third consecutive Most Valuable Player award, I hope he takes every bit of that frustration out on the Lakers, like he did in the Western Conference Finals. I hope he takes every bit of frustration against the NBA out on the Lakers on opening night, just like he did in the Western Conference Finals, because the Lakers had no business being in the West Finals. However, they did get there on the back of Anthony Davis. And I'll say this aloud and proud. They didn't get there on the back of you know who. And you all know what blank to fill in with that. Did not get there on the back of you know who. Because there was a size advantage that the Lakers had. And they used it. Here's my question. Why didn't they use it in the Western Conference Finals? Oh, yeah, because they were afraid of Nikola Jokic. They were afraid of Nikola Jokic. And they're going to be afraid of Nikola Jokic again. They're going to be afraid of Nikola Jokic again. And I'm going to laugh my head off when they get blown to smithereens. This is the final year of this Laker roster as we see it. Oh, yeah, I'll say it again. This is the final year of this Laker roster as we see it. As we see it. Because if you expect this roster to compete in 2024 in the playoffs, you got another thing coming. I know I was wrong last year, but I'm going to go ahead and roll the red carpet so I can possibly be wrong again. But I'll go ahead and say it. Ain't no way this team making the playoffs is currently constructed. They made some moves at the deadline and they got hot. All right? Granted. But what the hell's going to change with this Laker roster? Oh, you know who's leading them right into oblivion. This time, I hope when the Lakers start 2-10 that everything sinks. Everything. When they fall like a rock down to 13th place, that they stay in 13th place. Do you really expect this? Let me ask a question to the chat here. Let's light up the chat. Do you really expect this Laker roster to be competitive, let alone a playoff team this year? Oh, I said it. I'll say it again. Do you really expect this Laker roster as currently constructed to be competitive, let alone a playoff team? What's up, big baby Jonathan? Welcome to you. I believe he's in Los Angeles. I might have gotten that wrong. Please correct me. But I'll ask again. And I know Big Baby tells it like it is with his team, the Lakers. Let me put a question out there. And I'll keep putting this question out there until it gets answered in mid-April when they're locking up the doors at the Staples Center. Do you really expect this Laker team to be competitive? Opening night will start the finish of this roster as we know it. And they're going to send Anthony Davis packing, and they should send you know who packing. Problem is, they're too chicken to send him packing. Why? Because for some reason, he still draws a crowd. a large one. And for those of you who think I'm jealous of his achievements, I'm not jealous of him at all, and I never will be. So I'm about to do the same thing he is. Be a billionaire a few times over. But Sick Dicky gave me a cue, and I'm glad he did. Hey, Bishop Bullwinkle, do you expect this particular Lakers roster to be competitive at all this year?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Let me play that again. Hey, Bishop, do you expect the Lakers to be competitive this year?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Victor Lott put a great comment up. Absolutely not. Now I have to find that clip. Darn you, Victor. Darn you. Yes, I'm trying not to swear. Darn you, Victor. Now I got to find this clip. It's a White Sox commercial. All I got to say is AJ Pierzynski started that mess. Hey, Burrows, you want to know that? Absolutely not. Now I got to find that clip. Darn you, Victor. Oy. I will pause right here. When y'all get back, the Basketball Hall of Fame has elected what they say is its best class ever? What? I begged it. Well, we'll look at the Hall of Fame class. We'll be back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
What do you get when you watch or listen to the Life Happens podcast? Well, I'll let them tell you.
Kim and I are both ministers of the gospel, and what Life Happens podcast is a beautiful balance by simply taking our spirituality with real life and merging it together to create a beautiful balance. And that's what we do.
BS3 Network proudly presents Life Happens podcast, where Christianity and life intersect. Live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
Man, I went home that day and talked to my wife, Vicky. And Vicky was like, "What's wrong with you? You pissed off?" "Yeah, I got this partner I'm working with back in the radio station. The Negro be lying." What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
The incomparable Chris Pace. You'll hear him at the bottom of hour 2. 35 after the hour. Let's go back into the Fanatics feedback zone. Of course, I saw this and I started laughing. I hate you, Victor, but I love you at the same time. I'm setting up the cap detection unit. The cap detection unit. Oy. Oy. And I repeat, oy. The cap detection unit. What goes into Victor? What goes into the cap detection unit? What goes into that? Matter of fact, you know what? Let's have him answer it. Let's have him answer it. The cap detection unit. Of course, the cap detection unit always begins and ends with 3 simple words.
Stop the cap.
The cap detection unit. The cap detection unit. Now I'm going to be laughing the rest of the day. The cap detection unit. Okay. Moving on. The 2023 Basketball Hall of Fame elects its best class ever with Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, and others. There are people that seem to think that the 2023 basketball class is the best ever. The Hall of Fame class for basketball is the best ever. The names are Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Pau Gasol, Tony Parker, Greg Popovich, Becky Hammond, and the 1976 Women's Olympic team headlined the class, which will be inducted tomorrow in Springfield, Massachusetts. That's 15 NBA championships, 1 regular season MVP, 3 finals MVPs, 2 Olympic gold medals, 2 Olympic bronze medals, 1 Olympic silver medal, 1 FIBA World Cup gold, 4 Eurobasket gold medals, 3 Eurobasket MVPs, 3 Coach of the Year awards, 6 WNBA All-Star appearances, 4 All-WNBA selections, 4 of the NBA's all-time greatest 75 players, 1 of the NBA's top 25 all-time greatest players, and 1 of the NBA's all-time best coaches. Whew. That's a lot. But you can't. That's a solid class. Solid with all the achievements. I know that. But I hate to say this out loud, and I'm going to say it out loud because I love saying it out loud. Any headline, any class, any Basketball Hall of Fame class that is headlined by Michael Jeffrey Jordan trumps everything. Victor joins me from Chicago. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Snowman. How are you?
Who wrote? Give me this button. I mean, the 2023 Hall of Fame class is absolutely ridiculously solid.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
But as far as the best class ever,
no. See, this is what I mean by
you
the cap
remind me of a certain friend of ours. The way you said that, why you have to do that to me?
This is why I talked about the cap detection unit. You take a statement. You feed it through the machine. It's like a lie detector test. And it lets you know how much cap is being detected. So with something like this, the cap detection unit said it was an 80 to 85% cap on this one.
Stop the cap.
Because it is a solid list. It's a solid class.
It is.
It's a very solid class.
Nothing against the 23 Hall of Fame class. Nothing against it whatsoever.
And congratulations to them. Big congratulations to them making it.
Yes.
But the best ever. The best ever. It's like saying
say it again and let it hang. I got a sound for you.
But
say it again.
The best ever.
Stop the cap.
The greatest ever.
Stop the cap.
The elites of all elites.
Stop the cap.
The creme de la creme.
Stop the cap.
The cream of the crop.
Stop the cap.
The diamonds in the rough.
Stop the cap.
Come on now. That's cap. That's a lot of cap. And trust me, they'll say the same thing about the 2024 class as well.
Of course.
They will say the same thing about the 2024 class.
Listen, the best Hall of Fame class ever for me was 2009.
Right.
David Robinson, John Stockton, Jerry Sloan, C. Vivian Stringer, and oh yeah, there's a fella named Michael Jordan that headed that class.
And that was a class of immortals. Let's just be honest.
Listen, this is how you know you had a great Hall of Fame class when they had to move the induction ceremony in 2009 into what I would guess would be a 4,000 seat auditorium.
Yes. Yes. Because you couldn't fit that many people in a smaller auditorium. And look at the headlines.
Michael Jordan. That's enough.
Michael Jordan, David Robinson, John Stockton, Jerry Sloan. I mean, that right there is like, people are like, hey, this one we got to pay attention to.
I mean, that's that alone. That alone.
Yes. That alone.
I mean, Michael Jordan is the reason they had to move into a 4,000 seat, that's a rough, very rough guess, auditorium.
Yeah.
That's a 4,000 seat auditorium with the exclusive of the exclusives when it comes to basketball. The exclusive of the exclusive when it comes to media itself.
Mm-hmm.
And again, much kudos to this Hall of Fame class. Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Becky Hammond, Greg Popovich. I mean, nothing against them at all.
I mean, big ups to Dwayne Wade. He's definitely deserved it. Dirk Nowitzki also deserves it.
Dwayne Wade got me through Dwayne Wade got me through congestive heart failure when he played at Marquette in 2003.
Right.
All right.
Right. I mean, my gracious.
And Greg Popovich, good Lord.
Exactly. What can you say about Greg Popovich? Hasn't already been said.
I mean, Greg Popovich.
You know, one of the most fundamentally sound coaches in NBA, pretty much almost in NBA history.
One of the greatest.
The man continuously built on fundamentals.
27 years worth.
And created a dynasty out of that.
Yeah. And for a certain group of people, legacy built versus legacy bought.
And yeah, I know people are going to say, but he was boring and they were boring. They won.
They won.
In your words, Snowman, they won.
So they won.
Shut up.
Thank you. Man, that Spurs team, that Spurs dynasty may have been boring. They may have been unesthetically pleasing. They may have not had the best basketball highlights, but they won. Period. But they won.
At some point, we have to get back to what matters. And that's the win-loss column.
And in that case,
needs to start.
And in that case, Greg Popovich is saying,
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
Because he has the most wins.
That's true.
He has the most wins. Oh, welcome to Wise from the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Good morning to you.
Oh, I better behave then.
You ain't got to behave. I'm here. And besides, you know who's coming at the bottom of hour 2?
Oh, absolutely. Can't wait for that.
And you weren't behaving during this hour.
No, but I think I was supposed to.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Now I got to find that clip.
I mean,
Darn you.
because you asked a very interesting question. Who thinks that the current Lakers roster is going to go anywhere but the toilet? And my answer is the same. Absolutely not. They're going to be in the toilet again.
Would you put that statement through the what'd you call it?
Through the cap detection unit?
Cap detection. Thank you. Put that through the cap detection unit, because why do the Lakers get to open up on opening night against the Denver Nuggets? Why?
Oh, because they
got swept in the Western Conference Finals?
Because the rematch clause. Because Faker fans are so butthurt. That's the best way I could put it. They're so butthurt of the fact that they got embarrassed. And I mean
they got flat out embarrassed
with a capital EMB.
They got flat out embarrassed.
They were embarrassed because
they got flat out embarrassed.
I said this when we were on the Brian Snow show. When I went to the office right before the Western Conference Finals, everyone kept telling me that this was going to be the Lakers' final to lose. That they already punched their ticket.
You heard that piece of cap too?
Yep. And I put that through the cap detection unit and it broke. I put that through the cap detection unit and it broke.
Did it splinter?
It blew off the chart.
It blew off the chart.
It was at 110% cap.
It blew off the chart.
All it said was cap. C-A-P. And it
in capital letters?
In capital letter, in bold and italicized.
Bold, italicized. Oh my. And underlined.
With big red type.
I love this Hall of Fame class. I do.
Yeah.
I love this Hall of Fame class. I mean, I love Dirk and D Wade and Becky Hammond and man, please. Gene Cady, the late Gene Cady, Jim Valvano, Gary Blair, David Hickson, and Gene Bess for college basketball. First American women's team to compete in the Olympics, 1976. Ann Myers, Louisa Harris, Nancy Lieberman, and Pat Summitt won the silver medal, 1976. I love this class.
Yes.
I do.
And you should. I mean, look.
But when you have to move from dinner tables to a 4,000-seat auditorium.
Exactly.
When you have to move from a small auditorium to a bigger stage. That screams Michael Jordan, doesn't it?
Yes. I mean, the man became a phenomenon pretty much over the course of 5 years, I'd say. Over the course of 5 years, he stayed there. It's easy to get to be a phenomenon. It's harder to stay there. And throughout his entire career, including a stint where he went to play baseball, or as let's say, he didn't play baseball, he went to go fight aliens alongside Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes.
Thank you, Space Jam. And thank you, Warner Brothers.
Exactly. When he came back, guess what? He dominated again. He went back to being a phenomenon. How many times have you heard
he never stopped being a phenomenon.
How many times have you ever heard of a player of any sport leave for a couple of years, come back, and redominate? Now he had other individuals that got in his way, like Shaquille O'Neal,
Anthony Hardaway,
Reggie Miller, and still came back and dominated.
Wait. Let me read this. He went to serve an 18-month secret suspension for gambling. Takes off foil hat.
Hey.
Stop the cap.
It can happen.
Stop the cap.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
Stop the cap.
It's just maddening to me. And like I said, when 2011 happened, I became an instant Dirk fan. Because Dirk was very consistent throughout that whole 2011 season.
I love Dirk.
Especially when he got his ring against a crownless individual. And that's all I'll say.
Where's your crown, King?
King nothing.
You know, you had to put that song in my head, and I had to go find it.
Hey, it got put in my head.
I had to go find it. I went and found that song while I was here in my office and blasted it.
How can you not? It's a good song.
It's a wonderful song.
It's one of my favorite songs, even before
Metallica. Am I right?
Yes, you are correct. Yeah, it is a Metallica song.
That's Metallica. I'm just so used to Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Oh yeah. Like for me, top 3 songs for Metallica will be Seek and Destroy, Enter Sandman, and King Nothing.
See why you put Stacey King in my head. She can destroy. I hate you. You're my best friend and I love you, but I hate you for putting Stacey King in my head.
Who we met before.
Yes, we have. All 6'11" of them.
Man.
And he's as nutty in person as he is on the microphone.
You talk about someone who's just like a sore thumb.
He was a nut.
Yes, but that's him.
He's a nut.
And
Jason Sick Diggy and Jason Terry got into the Kang's head. Shut up, Sick Diggy, and broke his spirit.
He didn't have a spirit to break, honestly.
Has he ever had?
No,
all right, we're not mentioning him, but y'all know who we're talking about. Has he ever had a spirit in 21 years?
His fragile ego. Yes, I have Sick. Saint Anger is an amazing song.
What?
I absolutely love Metallica's Saint Anger.
I have to listen to that now.
That's a good song.
I'm going to sock y'all in the mouth for giving me these songs to think about. Now I can't get it out of my head.
I'm just looking down the tunnel, seeing where the train is coming.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for this train. Matter of fact, I'm going to encourage it along by doing this. Encourage it by saying this.
Tiger uppercut.
And this.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
And this.
Mister, will you please wake up?
Sorry.
But the cap detection unit, I'll be honest, this isn't part of my personal cowboy shame. Because the cap detection unit was built
off the Moronic Republic.
Yes. Due to continuous.
So that started the cap detection unit.
Yep. Due to continuous capsaicin comments by the Moronic Republic of Cowboys Nation.
He said capsaicin, y'all.
It is, though.
So what am I going to do? Twist the knife, of course.
Of course.
Because this happened.
Final play, it looks like barring a penalty. Prescott over the middle of the turf gets smoked right away. And that'll do it. The 49ers back to the championship game.
The Cowboys haven't defeated the 49ers regular season or playoffs since 1997.
That's not even twisting a knife anymore.
That's not?
No.
What is it?
Like just ripping a hole into someone's leg, then grabbing the biggest cylinder of Morton's salt.
Oh,
and
just Morton's salt,
pouring it right into the wound. I mean, just pouring it through a funnel.
A funnel.
Yes.
He said a funnel.
Just pouring through a funnel, pouring this cylinder of Morton salt, not even seasoned salt, just Morton salt right into the wound. That's what that feels like.
Anybody who remembers the packaging of Morton salt.
Mm-hmm. Little girl with the umbrella in the rain, spilling salt all over the place.
There's your cap right there.
It just
remember that.
I mean, it hurts.
Who's calling the plays for the Cowboys? This isn't Football Friday, but who's calling the plays for the Cowboys?
Who's calling the plays for the Cowboys? Oh, the clown, the doggone clown.
Exactly.
See, my mind said, who's calling the action? I'm like, who is calling the action?
Brad Sham is the.
Yeah, but then you said calling the plays, and then my mind said, no, it's the dancing clown.
It's the dancing clown.
Pennywise.
Yep, it's Pennywise.
And this is why I said the Cowboys are not going anywhere this year, because he is still employed.
Because he is still employed.
So long as that clown is employed, the Cowboys have no chance.
Yikes.
If we're really being honest, so long as Jirehl is still in the owner's box, the Cowboys have no chance.
They haven't been relevant since Jimmy Johnson left. And that started them down the river. I mean, yeah, they won Super Bowl 30, but that was Jimmy's team that won Super Bowl 30. That was Jimmy's team that won Super Bowl 30, not Barry Switzer.
Instead of letting the people who know football actually coach it,
mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, it's not just the Cowboys who have been messing this up. It's been the Panthers who have done the same thing, the Bears who have done the same thing.
I don't want to start on the Bears yet.
Oh boy.
I might throw a little thing at the Bears for an hour or two. In fact, I'm gonna. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Ricky Locke hanging out with me here from Chicago, and I will be in Chicago Labor Day weekend as we will present to you live on Snowman Multimedia Sports Radio the 25th annual Chicago HBCU Classic. The teams involved are Mississippi Valley State and Central State. Yours truly will be on the play-by-play call. The kickoff is 4 p.m. Eastern time. We'll go up at 2 p.m. Eastern time with our pregame show live from Soldier Field. Hour 2 after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
He was only 58 years old when he passed away. That outcome could have been different.
Colorado happens to be one of the worst states for radon levels.
It's in our ground, and it seeps up.
The more you breathe radon, the more chance you have of DNA being hit and the cell mutated. The EPA estimates 22,000 lung cancer deaths a year caused by radon.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2, the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2, was El.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now. $11:03 on this fabulous Friday, presented by Invader Coffee and BetUS.com. Snowman in the morning with Cole Johnson, Victor Locke riding shotgun, and the playmaker has made his appearance. And oh dear Lord, Snowman trolling Cowboy fans for no reason again. I didn't troll anybody.
Unfortunately, Cowboys fans tend to troll themselves and then allow themselves to be trolled. I agree with you though, playmaker though.
What? How did I troll you?
Yeah, you took the second most boneheaded play the Cowboys have done in a playoff game, as I had to put it on the screen. Notice I said second most boneheaded play.
Dak Prescott made the other one.
Yes.
So how is that trolling you?
Because I have to deal with it. Then I have to deal with the morons 15 seconds afterwards proclaiming next year we're going to the Super Bowl. Next year we got the Niners. What? You didn't have to count easy to wait an hour. You didn't have to count easy to wait a minute. 15 seconds.
And you had a stopwatch.
I had a stopwatch on my phone.
You had a stopwatch. And we're counting 15 seconds.
I know I'm running the risk of possibly getting the train thrown at me, but I brought
You're running the risk.
And I saw this and I had to bring this up. So
oh boy, here it comes.
The Cowboys valuation came out. Their value now.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes, the Cowboys valuation came out. Their total value as a team, right?
And
came out to about $9 billion.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, this would not be really big news because Texas is a very big mecca. It's a very big metropolitan place. So, of course, they would get a lot of money, particularly because of how much people love the Cowboys.
Understood.
However, our fearless clown leader, Jirehl,
just the way you said, however.
Yeah. Our fearless clown leader, Jirehl, decided to open his mouth when it came to the Zach Martin contract negotiations. And how he sat there and said that every dollar he makes, other players do not. He takes another dollar. Yes, he did. I'm like, you are worth $9 billion. I don't want to hear it from you.
He did not say that.
Yes, he did. And hello, Cool McCain. He said, I'm like, I don't want to hear from you. McCain? You need to, however much money you need to put in, you need to put in that money because you need to get your team. If you can't get them to the promised land of the Super Bowl, you at least to get them to some form of relevancy.
Good luck.
Because it's bad right now.
Speaking of relevancy, for the first 3 years as head coach of the Washington Redskins, Ron Rivera was the face of an organization that became the most ridiculed in the NFL. With new ownership in place and his fourth season at the helm approaching, 2023 is an audition for his future.
You know what?
Then you got this with Eric Bieniemy. Rivera said, quote, every time I came in and had to answer questions that weren't football related, what would it be like just to talk football? The last few years, I've honestly felt more like a manager, close quote.
Right now, I don't want to hear from Ron Rivera either. He has severely disappointed me. He has severely disappointed me when you, as a member of the 1985 Bears defense, proclaims that now you think that your offensive coordinator, who has had Super Bowl success, is now they're being too hard on our players. You're part of the 85 defense of the Chicago Bears. The only reason why you're set on as a head coach is because of the magic you pulled in Chicago when you are our defensive coordinator. And we had the two-headed monster that was known as our linebackers and Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs.
2006.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm just going to sit back and let Victor go off on this one.
It is just maddening how every single sport gets softer and softer and softer, and you start complaining and complaining and complaining. You are being paid to go out there. Now, look, I don't want you guys getting injured. Let me preface by saying, I don't want you guys ever getting injured.
Right. Right.
But at some point, you got to toughen up. Bears, hello. Cowboys, hello.
Panthers, hello.
Panthers. I mean, Packers even.
Don't you ever cuss like that on my show again.
The Packers are also soft.
The Packers have been soft. The Packers have been soft. Do I say it? Do I say it?
Please do. I'm just annoyed by everyone
the
complaining.
Packers have been soft since 2012.
Fair. That's a fair point.
The Packers have been soft since 2012 when you know who was a defending Super Bowl champion and they got socked in the mouth by my 49ers. They got socked in the mouth by Wise's Giants.
But here's the thing. It's like even when you get like for some reason everyone is now complaining how practice is too hard. Practice.
Thank you,
Practice.
Allen Iverson.
Practice is now too hard.
Iverson. Welcome Cool McCain to the party. The playmaker. See, Snowman, you trolled Cowboy fans. Now Victor is reliving the pain and misery all over again. Your fault, Snowman. No, it's not my fault.
I hate this. I hate to say this. I understand and I appreciate your sympathy, playmaker. But Cowboys fans have been reliving the pain and misery since it happened. It hasn't stopped. Not a day goes by that we don't have to relive the fact that we put our star running back as the center for the final play that could send us to the NFC Championship.
The final play of his career. The final play of his career. And now the Redskins are talking noise. Ron Rivera's on the hot seat. He's been on the hot seat since he's been in Washington.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what do the Redskins do? They have a new offensive coordinator, I believe in name only, in Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a name only.
No cap found.
No.
I just went through your
the cap protection, the cap protection unit came out clean. The cap protection unit came out clean for that one. There was no cap he found.
Thank you. Now I know Redskins fans are going to come after me saying, "Hey, there's a lot of cap with that." No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
You know how I know that the Redskins were soft? They changed their name.
I love you again for that.
There, I said it.
Hell, I said it.
Once you
3 years ago.
Once you gave up and surrendered your heritage. Once you surrendered your heritage.
I said it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What did I say on this? What did I say on this program and to you? When they changed the name, it was nothing but a what? A smoke screen.
Yes.
And now we're seeing the smoke screen lift because you finally got the person you needed to get out of office.
Exactly.
And now Ron Rivera has to feel the effects of that hot seat when everything going around was just speaking of which, Sensei threw. He's hanging out with us.
Oh, really?
What's up, fellas? You got me out of bed, Snowman. You got me out of bed.
You doggone right I got you out of bed.
As I've been as I work the mid to late shift now at nighttime with my full-time job. So Snowman has got me out of bed. I hope he's ready for the fire because I'm coming.
For the second time only, I get a chance to train with the senseis, with both of them.
Listen, Eric Bieniemy, and I know Drew talked about this. I know everybody talked about it. Listen, Eric Bieniemy is an offensive coordinator in name only. Watch this. I would love to be wrong. I would absolutely adore to be wrong in this case.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Good morning, Fantasy Base Zone. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Victor. Good morning to the
Good morning to the legend. Legend known as Cole Sports.
Greater honor I have never been bestowed upon. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, no problem, sir. An honor to have
spoken. Think he couldn't get better.
Oh no, I know he can get better. I just don't think it would be for me.
Just when you think he couldn't get better as an executive producer, he drops that thing. All right, let's talk. Let's talk Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Drew is with us to talk Commanders, and the look on Drew's face, he's ready to throw a bomb at us. So I'm gonna ask a question about the Commanders, and then I'm gonna step back and watch Drew cook.
Please,
I have the chance to do every Tuesday afternoon at 1:00. as I have the wonderful chance to do every Tuesday at 1:05 with the Sports Senseis. And if you haven't done so, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The ID you need is Sports Senseis, all one word.
And hopefully at some point, since I sent him a commercial for it 32 days ago, he'll actually play it on his show for a change.
Yeah, I haven't. All right, we'll get that situated. Okay.
July 10th, check your email.
July 10th.
It's Eric Bieniemy, an offensive coordinator in name only. I step back.
Is he an offensive coordinator in name only?
Yep, that's my question.
Well, there seems to be a bit of a mother, father, and power struggle here in the DMV area when it comes to one Riverboat Ron.
You cold five.
Yes, someone is always throwing shade. The Giants fan is throwing shade.
When it comes to Riverboat Ron and old Eric B. Eric B is what I like to call him out here in these streets because he's being real when it comes to in this locker room. Yes. This team has been playing like a bunch of dumpster pelicans for quite some time. And
dumpster pelicans.
Snowman likes to call them the Redskins. And they may eventually go back to that name as over 65,000 people have recently signed a petition to revert the name back to what my license plate has right behind my head right there. And what is on the alarm right there as well. So yes, Cole, when the name changes back, I'm going to fill out a petition and start a petition for you to stop saying a slur and start calling them by their name again. Because when you have a group led by Native Americans, my ancestors, by the way, so that gives me the birthright to say what I want when it comes to this topic right here. When
I actually hope it doesn't change.
And in some cases, for some people out there who are offended, I hope it doesn't go back to. But I'm just preparing you. It's coming. It's coming. When you have 65,000 people that have signed a petition, when you have owners, Josh Harris and Magic Johnson, who said the name countless times during their opening conference, then you have old Eric B. Yeah, let's get back to Eric B. here. We're off the rails for a second.
Yes.
And we're not talking about Eric B. and Rakim. I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
No. You're right. That was smooth, Cole. That way to get that one in there. I like that.
Thank you, sir.
Now we're off the rails.
Yes, officially. Eric B. comes on in here. And basically, he has to be the one that holds his team accountable. That's what he was hired for. He was hired as that extra jolt of humanitarianism who comes in and makes it right within the organization. Because I say humanitarianism because the actual culture of this locker room, the culture of this organization has been far from human-based. It's been more like a bunch of animals running around loose up in there doing whatever they want. And it's proven with their record under Dan Snyder in the 23 years and the winning seasons they had, which weren't many, unless you have the Gibbous in there. But the Gibbous went back to running stock cup car racing back in 2007. Well, he was running it the whole time, but he was part-time and went back because he got tired of the structure within the formerly known as the REDSKINS locker room.
The slur.
Yes. Now we have Eric B., who comes in, a two-time Super Bowl champion from the Kansas City Chiefs, a man who learned from one of the best minds in the game, and Andy Reid, the best offensive minds in the league. Now,
the trolls are real.
Yeah. Get out of here.
The disrespect is ice cold.
It's because I said that his team would start 1-7.
1-7.
The only reason why he's saying 0-8, because when he was on episode 99 of the Inner Sports Debate, I flexed and said they're going to go 1-7 the first 8 games of the year. And why does this feel some type of way about that?
Sam Motherfather Howell is the starting QB.
That is cold.
Put an ING at the end of that, and I'll take it seriously. There was ING. It needs an ING.
Why is he throwing shade at everybody? Nobody else.
If anything, guys are going 1-7.
Gracious.
Now back to Eric B.
Eric B.
Back to Eric B. He comes from two-time Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
learning from one of the greatest offensive minds in the game, Andy Reid. This is the year where he's going to really pull in the strings in Kansas City, which obviously was Andy. But if he learned from that, because he wanted more ownership as far as, control within the
contributions to the team
offense over there in Kansas City, which, basically led him to. He has the opportunity to prove everyone wrong this year in Washington, where they have a talented roster, but they haven't been getting the most out of their talent because they've had dumpster Pelican coaches as well, and Ron Rivera being one of them. So I'm sorry, but this is Ron Rivera's last year as the head coach. He is, if anything, if he stays with the organization, he'll go into the office and be like a team president or something, or GM.
So basically, you're saying Riverboat Ron is
Riverboat Ron has been on the hot seat since we were wearing masks on our faces to go out in public.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say Ron Rivera has been cooked since 2020.
Yeah.
He has been
cooked. Since we've had to put masks on our faces. Ron Rivera's been on the hot seat. And you know why?
Oh, I love serving that alley-oop. Mm-hmm.
You know why he wasn't let go this offseason?
Why wasn't he not let go?
Why
was he not let go?
The ownership change. Like, why are you going to make a change during an ownership change? Because it's less enticing for a new owner to buy a team, especially for $6 billion when you have a brand new coach that doesn't even know the freaking team yet. So why are you going to bring in a new coach when you're trying to sell the team? Might as well keep the coach on there that sucks, rather than bringing somebody in there who hasn't proven himself yet. And you've got an assistant head coach in Eric B. And if he proves himself as the offensive coordinator this year, you just move on out Riverboat Ron and put him on a boat, push him on down the river, and you bring in Eric B. and you let him run the team just to run into the ground like another dumpster Pelican head coach.
Thinking of a master plan. This ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand, so I dig into the pocket all my money is spent. So I dig deeper, but still covered up with lint. So I start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get...
Hey,
I like that. I like that.
I used to be a
song.
So I think of all the devious things I did. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm hearing Eric B from you, Drew, and I'm flashing back to Paid in Full. I'm sorry, sir. Continue.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Again, when I talked about the Ron Rivera situation, the only reason why Ron Rivera has had so many opportunities as a head coach was because of the magic that he pulled in Chicago in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
He made that defense the number one defense almost every year.
Yeah.
And especially when you had Peanut Tillman, you had Mike Brown, and of course the monsters of the midway that were in the middle of the linebacker position with Brian Urlacher and Brent Lance Briggs. You also had two monsters in our offensive line in Keith Traylor and I believe Ted Washington. I mean, you had guys who not only were great, but you had a coach who knew how to, a coordinator who knew how to actually get the most out of defense. Since he has been a head coach, both in Carolina and Washington, nothing.
He's done nothing.
You have 2015.
You said he was.
He's done nothing.
Well,
hang on, time out.
When we're talking about nothing, I'm thinking Adam Gase. At least Ron Rivera took his team to a Super Bowl
and got whooped.
Oh yeah, he got whooped. But when I hear nothing, I'm thinking not Ron Rivera. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Drew.
Well, I was. My question was: did you say that Ron Rivera or Eric B was in?
Ron Rivera was in Chicago.
Yeah, Ron Rivera. With his team that he played, defensive coordinator back in the mid 2000s. Yeah, because with that team that they got to the Super Bowl, Brian Urlacher and like you said, Tillman and all them. That was more so on the talent of the core they had on the defense. I don't give Ron Rivera any credit when it comes to that.
I do only because you can have a whole bunch of talent and still come up with absolutely nothing.
That is wow. That's harsh to say, Drew. And you are a fan of the team that you're a fan of the team he coaches. He coaches on the slur.
Hey Cole, anybody can take their hand with a ring on it and say, "Hey guys, look at this. This looks beautiful, doesn't it? Let's go out there and get one. Let's do it together."
Well,
But
the problem
they lost.
But the problem with that is you have someone who says, "I got two of them." And the players are saying, "No, Ronnie, get the big bad boogeyman off us, please. He's flashing them rings, and we've been mighty mediocre, and we love it. We don't want to raise our standard."
Exactly.
No,
and why is you wrong?
I didn't even think about it.
Yes.
Patrol is real.
The thing was, you know what's wrong with that? You know what's wrong with Wise's last comments was that I didn't get to take it. I didn't get to say it myself.
He beat you to it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
This thought was in my head, and Wise plucked it out and stole it.
Golly, I love
that. Yeah, so I mean that's the issue that I'm seeing recently with the Commanders. I'm like, okay, you have a guy who has been in a system that produced 5 straight AFC Championship games and 2 Super Bowls and 3 Super Bowl appearances. You would think that you would just simply be quiet and just simply soak in all of what he has learned.
Exactly.
No.
It's like if you're a short order cook.
And no.
It's like if you're a short order cook and you automatically you out of the blue get offered classes by Gordon Ramsay free of charge. And you're like, nah, I want to do things my way.
Another mic drop from
You ain't got a lick of sense for that. You ain't got a lick of sense for that.
I mean, the Redskins.
True as you are, Cole, but you ain't got a lick of sense for that element.
The Redskins have not been relevant for almost as long as the Cowboys have. I think the Cowboys still.
They have been relevant for longer. They have been relevant for longer. Cowboys have been 28, but for the slur, it's been 31. Now going on 32.
Gotcha. So here you have the enemy who has had success, not just in getting to the Super Bowl, but winning
it.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If I'm anybody, I'd be like, shut up. We have a golden goose who can help us out. Do what he says. Imagine if in Colorado this happens because Deion Sanders, who didn't give the players their numbers because he wants them to earn them, and it is the exact same thing.
And raised a big fuss about it, right?
Yes.
Big fuss about it. Yep.
It's like, why are our sports so soft?
Wow, the concept of earning your keep is seemingly a far-fetched idea.
It's seen as bullying now.
I'm sorry.
Really?
What? Earning your keep seem as
bullying. Yes.
Can we get the mic drop again, please?
Oh, sure. Another mic drop courtesy of
Lord.
That will never get old.
No, it won't.
I'm sorry, that will never get old. Because of the creator who put his voice now to an element. Good grief, that won't get old. I got a couple of questions about the Redskins. They go like this: who's going to carry the ball?
It's a good question. That's a very good question. Because I've been wondering the same thing myself. Over the past weeks.
It's like Cole asked: why are teams allergic to running the doggone football?
I've told you why, Snowman. Because it's not pretty, it's not flashy. I mean, we talked
but it works.
Who gives a crap about being flashy?
We have talked, all of us have talked ad nauseum about how we love various formations like
Formations.
the I, the power I,
The
power,
T,
the power
eye.
eye, the T, the I, the straight on eye, the wishbone,
the wishbone,
the wishbone,
the diamond.
Ask yourself this:
just a straight 2-back set.
Yes, a 2-back set.
Backs.
I'll ask you guys this question: how many times have you seen a formation other than the shotgun in today's NFL?
Well, the quarterback does line up under center every now and then.
Well, considering the team I follow and the team I'm an insider for, they use the shotgun, but they more than often line up under center.
I mean, and of course your Cowboys they do utilize snaps under center every now and then. I mean, remember when Dak in the wild card game, wild card round playoff game 2021 when he slid, he handed the ball to the center and he put his two hands underneath the center's behind. Oh, but the snap didn't count because the dummy forgot to. Because the dummy forgot to give the ball to the ref. But I digress. I'm sorry.
That'd be nice, but the ball should have went to someone else, someone in stripes.
Yes.
Didn't you, Victor, say that you learned that in Pee Wee League? That's football 101.
That's why I thought you would learn it. Yeah, because it's a simple form. It's a simple formation.
The pistol works. Chris Alt, University of Nevada, made that famous.
The pistol, wing T formation.
I miss those. I just miss power football, especially on offense, because I personally think offenses have gotten talk about soft. I personally think offenses as a whole in football has gotten soft.
Oh yes,
yes,
because it's mainly run through the quarterback and the receivers. Who's really doing the groundwork? Because now, before you had the offensive line had to not only protect the quarterback, but actually create holes for the running back. Now that's not happening anymore.
What a concept.
You know,
could you say that again, Victor, please? Could you say that again?
Before you had linemen who not only protected the quarterback, but also pushed forward to create holes for running backs to run through.
Hey, folks in the CFL know that.
Exactly.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Drew?
They do it often. Go ahead, Drew.
At some point, the running back position could fade out just like the fullback position did, and we just have gadget players that run the ball every now and then. Because you see how these running backs out here are crying about they're getting underpaid and they're undervalued. Well, you keep running your mouth, and they're going to run the position out of the league just like they did the fullback, and they're going to have gadget players that run the ball every now and then.
Phase out the running backs.
If they start phasing out the running backs, it's time to just throw the whole league away.
It's time to
throw the whole sport away.
Throw the whole sport away. Throw the whole sport away. Now, one more troll job for Vicala, and I hate doing this. Actually, sorry, not sorry.
I'm gonna say no, you don't.
Quarterback Prescott takes off running the football. Whoa, I don't think this is going to work out. Well, they'll be able to clock this. They were planning for it.
You were correct, Jim.
Of course, it's a 49ers game.
Official gets in the way. The game's over. The game is over. Oh, he did.
You see, Dak had his hand under center.
Oh, they're going to look at this. It's going to be over because the umpire has to touch the ball. Of course, that's ridiculous for a game to end like that.
I mean, that was great form. Wow, I mean, he was ready to take the snap. It was beautiful. There was no time on the clock. Oh,
there was no time on the clock when he spiked the ball. And Cole, before we finish off the week, you need to read this.
Okay. Here we go. The mic drop with is brought to you by the Arlington Bread Company. When your hope is dead, get you some great bread.
Oh gosh. And now that Vicala is with us and Drew gets to hang with us, Let's close the week out the right way.
Yes, let's do that.
And now, the transporter to Hades.
Yes!
The reformer of hooker whores. And the...
Oops.
Just one quick second.
Oh, okay.
Before I do bring him on, I got to bring someone else on.
All right, someone else we got to bring in.
Yes, I got to bring in someone else, but I want to bring on base with him in. So
okay,
let's do this now. And now batting, the man who is salty toward every Commanders fan known the man, number 420, Wise 11. Number 420.
He's salty to everybody today. I'm like, what did I do? What did I do to you?
You're on mute, Wise.
You are muted.
You are muted, Wise.
Still muted.
While he figures it out.
Yeah, while we figured out, let's do this too.
And now, the transporter to Hades.
Yes!
The reformer of hooker whores. And the bronze god. The one, the only, the legendary Chris Bay.
He's here in the midst of a full house. The legendary Chris Pace joins us as he does every Friday. Good morning to you, sir. Great to have you as always.
Oh, man. Well, thank you so much. Good morning to the Rain Man. Good morning, of course, to the Mad Scientist. Is that Drew over there in the corner there with the red mic?
Yes,
that is Drew. That is Drew.
What's up, Drew? How you doing, sir? And of course,
up,
to Wise All and everybody in the comment section. I'm happy. Good morning, Friday to you all.
And a good Friday morning to you, sir.
Happy Friday, Mr. Bass.
All right.
Sir, go, Drew.
I got to give a shout to Chris because we celebrated episode 100 on Monday night, and I put a clip from your show. Somebody's phone's going off. I put a clip from that show that you were on where you were talking about sending people back to hell. I loved it. I had to put that clip on there. Celebrating 100 episodes of that show that night.
Man.
Thank you.
Well,
that was a great episode of In or Out.
Congratulations on 100 episodes. Thank you. That's serious, Doc. So congratulations to you on that. And always an honor to be a part of any type of effery. If I could use that word, you fill in the rest from there. Then go from there. I could be a part of some effery, then there you go. It's the truth.
Off to the races.
Bass, look, you know how
I got a question for you, though, Bass.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
We all know what happened this past weekend on Sunday.
Talk about the Montgomery riverboat brawl. Riverfront brawl.
The Riverfront riot.
So, someone we really both love him. We both love him.
Mr. Jason Whitlock.
He actually tried to flip it on the black people.
What?
Of course,
is that a surprise?
Did. I was gonna ask the same thing.
Wait. Hold on. Is that a surprise? Bishop Boy.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no.
I've never
surprise whatsoever.
I've never seen anyone like Jason Whitlock who speaks so bad about his own people. Like, he needs to get it together. He needs to get it together real bad.
He's only doing it. He's doing it because he's a contrarian. He's doing it to stay relevant.
Just to be opposite. Yeah.
Just to be a contrarian.
All right, Skip Bayless.
I'm starting to think Whitlock is worse.
Yeah, I'll give you that one with what he just did. Yeah.
For more on that, you tune into the next episode of Mentality when Wise will definitely go off
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
I'm ready.
On Jason Fatless Witless list.
Bumblebee.
Whatever you want to call this.
Jason Deadlock.
I cannot wait for Bizarre Wise to tear up Witless.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it either.
So what else is on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I had to address this because I'm going to address this today later on Baseline as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get something perfectly clear. That whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air. When you do that, then everybody should see that. That is the new bat signal.
That's the bat signal.
That's the bat signal. That's the hat signal.
That's the new bat signal.
That's the new bat signal. The hat signal.
The hat signal.
Right.
Yeah.
Putting Bobby Schmurda to shame.
Throw that Mother Hubbard in the air, and then that way your people will come running. Will come like you see Raymond up there. If Raymond was to throw his socks cap up in the air, then
we all scurry to his aid.
Everybody should come to his side.
Yes, it's like
I didn't know it was a thing.
I didn't know it was a thing until then either.
I had no idea. I try to be up on game and try to be plugged into the society. But goddamn you, I had no idea you took this baseball cap off and throw in the air and put like you just don't care, as they say back in the day, and still do, and that somebody will come to your aid immediately.
Absolutely.
When you throw it up in the air. I had no idea that was going on.
I didn't need
Go ahead, Vic.
It was like when Lionel does the Thundercat symbol. Everyone sees it for like a 10-mile radius. They see that hat going in the air.
And I'm thinking Bobby Schmurda might have a comeback now because of that.
Yep. Yep. Charles said that. Charles Faulkner said that and made the same comparison Victor just did to the Sword of Omens. I swear to God he did. I swear to God he did.
Oh,
Good Lord.
And if you don't wear one, keep one with you.
Yes.
If you don't wear a baseball cap, keep one with you just in case you may need it.
You may need it.
So you're saying so what you're saying is we need to clip a hat on one side and a chair to the other.
Exactly.
I would ask, does the amount of support depend on the size of the hat?
Yes.
You got more support if he had thrown like a 10-gallon hat or something like that.
A 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, if it wasn't full.
Hey man, it's universal. It could be a 10-gallon hat.
Yeah.
It could be a baseball cap. It could be a top hat. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That hat up in the air
doesn't matter.
Why a top hat,
running.
man?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, you know
so,
how they tossed top hats back in the day.
Well, that's true.
Man, look,
Granted, there was a dance floor involved.
And I mean it sincerely, and I don't mean to offend anybody. But if I offend you, then I'm sorry these things happen. I think what happens with certain racist people, I think when they go to class and take Racist 101, they show them old footage of them beating up or killing black people back in the day. So you see the civil rights movement when you see people get hosed, beaten with nightclubs and clubs like that, dogs sitting on them. So if you're sitting there with your crayon and paper in Racist 101, then you think that you have the idea to go to beat up black people.
Gracious. Goodness gracious.
You believe from Racist 101 class that you and your crayon is saying
why the crayon
can beat up, you know why, because they're slow. I can beat up black people, and they write it like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
No,
so,
not palm the crayon.
Yes.
You gotta palm it, man. You gotta get a good handle. You gotta take the crayon, squeeze it real tight. And you gotta go in the circular motion.
You're gonna leave fingerprints on the crayon. You gotta palm it like
because you can't write because racists don't know how to write.
Nope.
So they can't type either.
No, they can't type where the lick.
Do is
not where the
all you
damn.
do is palm the crayon like so, and just make circles.
Oh, they can't even form letters. Oh Lord, no.
Well, that's supposed to be words, right?
He said make circles.
Or squiggly lines. Or squiggly lines.
Exactly. There you go. Right.
Yes.
And so that translates into I can beat a black bee at 2 circles.
2 circles.
In black crayon.
2 circles with the black crayon.
I take that back.
On white
I can't
paper.
handle black crayon because they're racist. Make it yellow.
No, bro. No. Well, no, they can't touch brown either. You're right.
Let's get white. I'm sorry, they don't like their own people either. So I don't know what kind of crayon they get. So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat the black people. So
not they hate their own too. Oh,
they hate their own.
Gosh.
Yes, they do.
They hate their own crayon. They're like, hey, this is white. Ah. So whatever crayon they get, let them palm it. I mean, it could be mauve at this point, color wise. You get 64.
Not mauve. Oh Lord.
Right.
Mauve. Pewter.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Like, excuse me, I don't know anybody that looks mauve, so I'll go on and do that.
If everyone in this on this panel ever had the 64 box of crayons, there was mauve in there.
Yep.
There was pewter in there.
Magenta.
There were 4 little boxes
Chartreuse.
inside this 64 box of crayons.
Crayons,
64
right.
colors.
Right.
64
You had
colors
mauve,
crayons.
you had Rasputia. I don't know whatever kind they had, but
that actually exists.
Yeah, chartreuse. Oh,
right, there you
God.
go. And I used to date a girl named Chartreuse. Anyway, that's beside the point.
That's what I was about to
you
ask.
get
Are
the
people
crayon.
naming their kids based on crayon names?
Man, look, don't
Yes.
call them the black people. I love
Yes.
black people, but
They'll name other crayons, name other cars, name them after restaurants. They name them after drinks.
Aquafina.
They name them after drinks. I have actually known of a girl that was named Alizé.
Stop
all
it.
because the mother heard "How do you want it" from Tupac and said, "Oh, that's a hot name to name my daughter."
Oh.
No, I'm serious. Alizé, Alaze. Yes,
I've seen. I met a young lady named Asia, and she spelled it with a Z. She spelled Asia with a Z.
AZIA.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen and met, in some cases, unfortunately, young women named, God help me, Mercedes.
And look like
yes.
Buick.
Well, I mean, there's a wrestler. It's a wrestler, Sasha Banks, who her given name is Mercedes. So there you
Now
go.
she goes by Mercedes Monet.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, is that because she was named after the Benz? It's Mercedes. Mercedes is a Spanish name as well.
Good point.
That is true.
That's more common than Alizé, though, Cole.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Wise. I don't know, but I don't know if Mercedes has Spanish heritage though. That's the thing, or at least her mother. But she might. I'm not sure.
To the panel, I will throw the question to the panel, and I'll throw it to the chat. Let's just set the chat on fire. What is the weirdest name you have ever heard a parent call a child?
Okay, you really want to know?
No. We just want to sit on our hands. Of course, I want to know.
You lead off, Victor.
Okay, so one of my friends that I worked with at Inshurion, name was Aurelia. We were talking about weird names. The one that I knew of was from a Maury Show episode. Gives you a bit of a primer.
Oh no.
Where the child's name was Tijuana. It was spelled TIA space
No.
WANNA.
Oh dear God.
Ghettoized the name. Oh no.
Ghettoized Tijuana.
What makes it worse is that she said, I have one that tops it.
You have one that tops that?
She
What
told
tops
me of a story of one of her friends that was named Placenta. Yes.
And that concludes today's episode of Snowman the Mormon Cole Johnson. I hope you enjoyed this episode because we now have babies that are named Placenta.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Because she heard how beautiful that word was. She said, "I want my child to be named that."
But you know what gets me is that the last name combined, so like Placenta Johnson.
I'm sorry, Victor.
Placenta Buttock Johnson. PB and J.
Oh no!
Really?
Oh no!
Meet my
No. They would do something even worse. They'd be like Placenta Butterfly Johnson.
Yes. Yes.
Just to give you beautiful names.
Look,
it is booty. I agree.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Booty. I mean, you might as well call him booty at the same time. So there you go. It could be booty. And you have to say it that way because you ruin the whole name. This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
And you even sing booty, Lord.
You have to. That's because that's her middle name.
Yeah, you kind of do. You kind of do.
You can't sing. It's like, it's like, okay, let me get this down. Placenta Booty. No. It's not Placenta Booty Johnson. Got it wrong. It's Placenta Booty Johnson.
Lord. Making it sound like don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype samples that PE did. Don't believe the hype.
Oh, help me. Jesus, Mary, and JoJo. Okay, so.
Wait. What?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
I'm sorry, real quick. Who's the voice? I'm hearing another voice. Who is that? I didn't get a chance to.
The voice that you hear, it is the wonderful stylings of.
That's a hell of an intro. I ain't gonna say all that. What's up, Vic?
How you doing, Mr. Price?
In case y'all didn't know, my executive producer, whom I love very dearly, sometimes is an idiot to come up with stuff like this, and now it's stuck. It wasn't supposed to. Cole confessed to me that wasn't supposed to stick.
No,
but you all loved it. You all loved it, so I was like, okay. You all asked for it.
Guilty as charged. Because sometimes when I call Victor on the phone, that's the first thing I say to him, and he goes, "Not you too."
Yeah, it's true.
When the first day you debuted it, Cole, or your alter ego Ray debuted it, I went to the store. I called Victor, and Victor threatened me. He picked up the phone. He threatened me.
Okay.
He said, "If you say Vicala one more time, I don't care where in Indiana you are." And Victor's last 3 words, and Victor, I love you dearly for these. We gonna fight.
Oh Lord. You say Vicala.
And Vic and I have been friends 23 years.
Yes, we have.
So I said, "Okay, Victor, I will call you back when I get out of the store." He says, "Okay." And I knew Victor was cracking up laughing because he knew what I had in store for him.
Yeah.
So I get out the store, groceries in hand. I call him back, and Victor just conceded. He says, "Let's hear it." I said, "What's up, Vicala?"
Oh Lord.
I knew it was coming.
And all because an alter ego said, quote, "You can see the live screen. You can see the white lady with the Victor Law." And that started it all.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen, son.
I'm waiting for Bass to bust that phrase out one day.
And that was not scripted.
That wasn't the end of it either, because then when we did mentality, it just
yeah, he invokes it. I didn't say it. He invokes it.
I went I said Vicola. You're right. Sorry Wise does come out, and it's because of people. Yeah, sorry people.
And it was actually talking about Jason Whitlock in the midst of it.
Episode. It was the Jason Whitlock episode, and Wise was just in the process of going off.
And he went further when he said, "You're right, Vicola." I'm like, "Oh Lord, Vicola, you're right." And I'm like, "Why?"
Cole fell out of his seat, or
because I would expect that.
In the immortal words of Larry Munson, I think I just broke my chair. That's what Cole was saying when Wise invoked Vicola in the conversation. I thought Cole was going to fall out of his chair. He did fall out of his chair.
I think I eventually did, but yes.
But some of the names that we all have heard just make you cast an eye and go, what?
True.
Well, like for example, when I was growing up, you always hang around your friends, and certain friends just have these certain nicknames that you wonder the origin story where they get the nickname from. Like we would tease somebody if we were playing basketball and you couldn't play, you'd be in the poo butt league.
Yes,
that's what we used to call people at one point. And then there was a guy I used to name Poo Butt.
In a minute.
Now, Poo Butt, think about this. That means crap. Poo means
basically
crap. We only know what a behind is, and so that means you stink. I wouldn't want that nickname at all, period, especially going back to the fact that we talked about body parts earlier with the butt and everything else, Jackson and stuff like that, and we don't want that. So to have a nickname about a butt that stinks, that's not cool. Now, there's always a junior. No matter where you go in the United States or beyond, there's always a junior or junior, as I used to call them. There's always a junior.
Mercy. No, not
so
junior.
that was a popular nickname at one point. I remember this one guy when we used to play ball, and about 2 summers straight, he always chose this guy that couldn't play, and I couldn't understand why. I was like, "Why you want to choose this guy that can't play?" He was like, "Come on, man, get the ball, man, get the ball." And he had butterfingers. He couldn't get the ball. He couldn't lay up. He couldn't pass, do nothing. So, but every time we had to choose up sides, a 5-on-5, he always got this dude. So I remember the second summer we were playing, I was like, "Why you get this dude?" "Oh man, he's my cousin, man."
Doggone.
He was bound by being a relative. So he's like, "Man, that's my auntie. That's my auntie's son, man. I gotta look after him. That's the reason why he couldn't play for crap. God love him. God bless his ministries, but he couldn't play. So
God bless his ministries.
Right. So when we would get finished, playing, and so all of us chip in for like a 6-pack of beer. And so we get finished, and somebody make the beer run, and then we were getting our beer. In fact, this time it was more of us. We had 2 6-packs. Everybody got 2 apiece, and his cousin came over. He was like, "What you want?" "I want me a beer." "Did you score any points?" "Nope."
Oh no.
"Did you make an assist?" "No."
No.
"Did you make a rebound?" "No."
Nope.
"Did you make a pick?" "Nope."
You gonna get any beer?
"You can't get no beer, so go back over there and drink water." He saunters back to the water fountain to drink water. It was like a scene out of like going back to watching those those times we see white and colored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
He went to the colored one, and it was
you almost have to kiss the faucet that's putting the water out.
Yep.
Just to even get a trickle. Yeah, just get a trinket of water. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Lord.
That's exactly what happened. So no, he did not deserve any beer. But it dawned on me after that second summer why he kept picking him. "Oh man, that's my cousin." So he had no other choice. "Come on, man, pick." Dude couldn't pick. I used to love him trying to stick me because he couldn't play defense. He couldn't play
defense at all.
Right.
Oh man, that was great. But I didn't. Yeah. "Hey man, did you rebound?" "Nope."
"Nope."
"Score any points?" "Nope."
"Nope."
"Set a pick?" "Nope."
"No."
"Go back over there and drink water."
At least in the times I played, I knew the pick and roll and knew what my role was.
Yeah.
I set a pick and then I go crash the boards.
Yeah, that was
so. And I pitched in, and I pitched in to get the beer, and in some cases, beer and pizza. So there was pizza like Victor, there were pizza joints all up and down 111th Street.
Absolutely.
Before they all crashed and burned.
Had a couple of game systems there.
There's one place. We'll leave y'all with this since we're talking about food. There's one place that I remember oh so well that the first time I tried it, I had to go in there every week. It's a place on 111th Street called Home of the Hoagie.
Mm-hmm. And I
Man,
might still be there.
They had every hoagie you can think of. And I wondered why whenever I drove by that place, there was a line out the door and around the block. Then I had one, and all my questions were answered.
How can you not be fat in Chicago?
Exactly.
In any metropolitan area or wherever you come from, wherever your locale is, if y'all got great food, you're dragging your ass because you're going to stay fat.
You're going to be dragging for a while.
You're going to be known as Dragon Count Cracula because your ass to be drinking and eating all that great stuff. No matter where you are, you stay fat. Your butt and gut becomes one. It's gut talk.
Gut talk.
Gut talk.
It's gut talk. Your butt and gut becomes one.
I'm looking forward to Labor Day weekend when I get to live out a promise and take my wife to Chicago, because the only time we went there was when my mom, rest her soul, passed away, and we didn't get a chance to go have any deep dish pizza or anything like that. We just got there. I said my goodbye. I got in the car and I looked at Jody and we were like, let's get the hell out of here. And we peeled out. Now, with this chance I have September 2nd to call a game at Soldier Field, knowing food's going to be there, knowing I have to spoil my wife, and I will, with some deep dish pizza. Oh boy. The goodie bags that we're going to bring back are going to be oh so real.
It's a beautiful thing, a beautiful thing.
That's the game that we have. And y'all will hear it live inside the Snowman Broadcast Center and on Snowman Multimedia Sports September 2nd, 2 p.m. Eastern time with a pregame and 4 p.m. with the kickoff. And every part of this, every member of this crew has a big, big part of this. And we are in the process of shopping for sponsors right now. So if you want to climb on board, drop an email to snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com. Our time is up. Base, love you, brother, as always. Bringing the fire and bringing the laughter. We love you. Thanks for coming on as always.
Well, always letting me be myself again. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thanks to everybody in the chat room. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you next week.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sly Stone Base has left the building.
And now, the transporter to Hades, the reformer of hooker whores, and the bronze god, the one, the only, the legendary Chris Bay.
And since it is Friday, make sure you check out Chris Bass here in 5 hours on his show on Facebook Live.
Yes.
Awesome content.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Baseline, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Pacific. On his YouTube, on his Facebook channel, that's chrisbase.79. Yep.
Sensei Drew, hope you enjoyed riding shotgun on this Friday, because there's going to be a few more Fridays where we want you to ride shotgun, especially throughout the season, since every Friday is going to be a football Friday from here on out.
Hey, before we peel out, I have an announcement.
Shoot.
So, for those of you who have subscribed to the Sotoba Media channel, thank you very much for doing so. If you haven't noticed, over the past couple of days, I've been dropping some bombs there in the video links. As I'm going back and posting all of the by the number segments from all of the in or out sports debates that we started with from episode 17 on. And somebody recently asked me, they said, Drew, when are you going to stop this by the number segment? It's been going on for quite some time. Have you covered all the numbers yet? And going through and posting these videos, no, I have not, because I started at 17 and I still have 1 through 16 to do. And I skipped 20 and 23 because, well, 23, it's kind of hard to argue who the greatest of all time is to wear 23.
To wear 23, yes.
So we're going through, we're rebroadcasting them all, but, making them all look nice and everything, repost them. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you haven't, in the link description down below in this show, one of you, whoever created the link for this, thank you very much for putting Sartoba Media in there. Go subscribe to that channel, check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments of what we got over there in that content.
Yeah.
And no, it is not you. It has never been you. It isn't you now. Never, ever be you.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Have a great weekend. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
then they're simply not big enough.
Dream big, do bigger. And our crew will be represented well in Chicago in 4 weeks' time. God bless y'all. We're out of here. See you Monday.
See ya. Programming note, check out alternative play-by-play action tonight between Saskatchewan and Montreal on the No Credentials Required YouTube channel. The pregame starts at 7:20 on the eastern side. You'll enjoy that as well. And also tune in to Call Sports with a Z live, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. I hope you all enjoy it. Oh, and thank you, Drew. Thank you, Snowman. And thank you to the man known as